Welcome out, gamers and gamettes, to another RGL.GG Invite Playoff Sixes match. We are here in the lower bracket finals of the Sixes mini season to watch the number 2 seed Witness Gaming Xiao take on the number 3 seed Globalclan to find out who's going to come third this season and who's going to make it back into the upper bracket to play in the grand finals. I am Alto, joined by Exile to my side, Dolphin behind the camera as always. Exile, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good also. Dolphin on production for another stream here of the lower bracket finals versus Witness Gaming Xiao and Globalclan, who are our second and third seeded teams this season in Invite. Just taking a look at the teams and the rosters for this match, we do see something different actually for the side of Witness Gaming Xiao, which we'll take a look at soon. I am pretty excited for this match. I mean, mostly because we saw this we casted this last Tuesday, and it did go differently, to say the least, than what I expected. I thought it would be a little bit closer, but now it's been a couple days, and hopefully these two teams can have a rematch and make it a little bit tightening closer there. But yeah, it's going to be a great match nonetheless.
Yeah, and if we want to go through those rosters right now, we can probably pick up on that little change that you mentioned. So on the side of Globalclan, it's going to be Darty and Scratch on Scout, Sandblast on Roamer, Anthony on Pocket, Dingo on Demo, and Gratitude on Med.
Yep, so the roster change that we were kind of looking at, or at least I just noticed myself for the Witness Gaming roster, Slumnish is actually be stepping out on Flank Scout instead of Minaj for this match tonight. We still have the same roster everywhere else, though, which is Moose on Combo Scout, Robotnik or Aimer, as some say, on Roamer, Loaf on Pocket, Logan on Demo Man, and Hubda on Medic. So yeah, with Slumnish being the new addition to this roster for this match, I mean, everyone knows Slumnish. We love to see him on Scout, so it's going to be really awesome to see him play these maps here. And yeah, we can go over the maps now as we bring it into the picks and bans. So we do have Bagel banned by Witness Gaming, which is actually a surprise because that map, we saw them play it last night against Furry Tech, and they were showing a lot of dominance there. And they even managed to play it against Globalclan in the past and completely just swept them on that match in a 4-0. But this time they decided to ban it as Globalclan kind of retaliated with a process ban, which again, these picks for those teams. I mean, they're just banning their own maps at this point, so kind of interesting there. Sunshine picked by Witness Gaming Xiao. Gully Wash picked by Globalclan, and the final decider is going to be on Granary. So different maps this time around. However, not as much different from last night. We have Sunshine and Gully Wash coming back, which we're not surprised by because there's a lack of a lesser map pool this season in this mini season. But with the addition of Granary, if we get to map 3, I mean, that could be a very interesting watch, and it can really go either way for both these teams on that map.
I'd like to say I share your enthusiasm of saying it could go either way, but I mean, I think let's address the elephant in the room here. This is the 4th time these two teams have played thus far this season. No rounds have been taken yet for Globalclan. You know, we talked on it when these two teams played in the first round of playoffs back on Tuesday. They've had a bit of a shifting roster all throughout the season. Haven't really ever been able to lock in with one roster, get comfortable. You know, I think the talent on Witness Gaming is hard to overcome when you're not able to really field the same roster week to week. You know, they have the same one that they played on Tuesday. You know, I think you had Penny and Yuna coming in on Demo and Med for parts of the season. You have Dingo and Gratitude here. The first time these two teams played, I think it was in a different Demo Med combination. So, we always root for a close game. Gonna be hard for, I think, my brain to rationalize this one. I'm still very interested by the fact that both teams banned their map picks from that Tuesday match, as you said, Exile. I mean, Globalclan banning process, sure. I don't really think they were cooking that much on that map, but for Witness to ban Bagel speaks to me like that's less of a decision about winning and losing and more about trying to get practice on other maps.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the approach they took there. I mean, banning their kind of pick that would normally go for against a team like, in the top 4 bracket here, they usually would pick that as one of their first picks. Banning it out here, it looks like could be practice-wise. I'm not sure what they're cooking other than that, honestly. But yeah, I mean, if it does go to Granary, I mean, then it's a closer match as already it's a map 3. So with my hopes high, if they do get to map 3, which meaning they won a map previously, right? That's going to lead to a potential close match there already, because there's going to be high tension. Both teams are going to be kind of more eager to win that last map, because it's going to be the decider of who goes to Grand and who gets that third place finish. So overall, it could be what we expect for some of the viewers watching and also our casters, kind of predictions wise. Witness Gaming Xiao being the strongest, kind of dominating team in the last couple of seasons here, showing their resurgence as players on this team as 6, kind of being able to spar against the teams like Froyotech and etc. So if we see that, then we're gonna maybe have not that close of a match. But with Globalclan kind of on their last hurrah in the season here, potentially finishing third is going to be okay for them probably. Because, as the season kind of progressed, they were kind of down roster changes, down a lot of players kind of rotating through LAN. People went to LAN as well on their team, like Alexandros, who hasn't made a return back, which I'm kind of surprised of where he might have gone. Maybe he was just touched were too high. He might have got stuck in Poland. Maybe the flights kind of got him stuck there. But I'm not sure. Is that factual? Do you think so? Or do you think he's just not playing? I actually have no idea, honestly.
Regardless of whether or not where his body is, his heart must still be out in Warsaw. I think it was in Warsaw. Probably should have checked that before making that joke, but yeah, it's difficult when you're shifting those players all around, because you've got Witness Gaming, a team that played a absolute barn burner of a match against Froyo last night in terms of competing for overall first, and there's just naturally going to be that bit of a gulf between second and third when your third seed team isn't able to keep that roster against players the caliber of Witness. I think, as we mentioned, Slem, a player that everyone loves, tons of history behind him, not actively playing right now, so may have a little bit of rust, might represent something of an opening that Globalclan could maybe try to, capitalize if he's not fully rusted off at this point. Just, missing Minaj, who's always such a threat for Witness, is going to be a loss in their case. Even if Slem is completely, identical in terms of DM, just not having the player you've played all season with always going to hurt. But, something we can look forward to as the teams are going live.
It's going to be our lower bracket finals here. Witness Gaming Xiao, our second seed, versus Globalclan and our third seeded team here. So whoever loses this does get third place for the finish. However, whoever wins this does actually go to grand finals against Froyotech to potentially win it all this whole season of mini-season invite here. As the mid starts, kind of just a slow-paced fight, as both teams are kind of shift towards more close to their cafe. It's going to be kind of a mirrored mid as we progress. We do see a lot of aggression coming out of Witness Gaming in the last match they played. So, actually, Anthony goes first, going onto Hubada. Doesn't get the pick onto Hubada as he surfs into Cafe. However, Samus does Battalion with the pick on the Slummish. And look, trading up the Darty and Scratch. Actually, finding Robotnik. Logan getting this quick pick on the trade for the demo. Lots of kind of DM happening right now. A lot of trades of kills, however. Globalclan kind of on the down of that fight here. And I don't think he's going to get out. Gratitude trying to run for his life here over second cap. However, he is just going to kind of give up. Let Logan kill him and actually kill Bind. So overall, strong mid from Globalclan, or Witness Gaming Xiao in this first mid of this best of 3.
They had to deny the the Suichi Elf coming back with the kill bind right there. So I gonna see if we can see the last defense come up here. The gun from Darty is gonna be built up to level 3 right here. Scratch on the sniper. Got as much as they can right now, but that full Uber ad for Witness looming large. They've taken control over lobby now. They have quite a good amount of time to, scope out the defense, see where the gun is, see if they can, find anyone, scout out the off class, maybe run a second. No, they're just gonna use them.
Yep, we're coming out of top left here. Logan killing Scratch at the shutter, and then able to kill the gun here. Scratch unluckily getting caught by the Uber itself. Anthony trying to kind of bomb behind the Uber. Doesn't get anything. However, no cap time for the side of Witness Gaming Xiao. As Darty comes out on heavy, tries to deny even further. But Slumnish gets on the cap after killing the heavy or the demo, and then just winning out the round for his team. A 1-0 already. Strong start for Witness Gaming Xiao in this best of 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think the previous matches we've seen between these two teams usually started out with Globalclan putting up, something of a fight, failing to cap last, and then gradually getting forced out. May not have been enough time between matches for them to recharge, because Witness Gaming picking up right where they left off on Tuesday with that first round as we move into mid number 2.
As been to the 2-star, no early pressure coming out of the soldiers, just kind of playing on their high ground, trying to get a little bit of spam wherever possible. However, Loeb is trying to get behind on the other team's Valley side against Globalclan. Anthony, noticing him up behind, actually just initiates onto the bomb target of mid. However, doesn't get anything picked up by Slem here. Scratch trading onto Robotnik as Robotnik actually kills Gratitude on the mid fight. Darty getting caught, unable to jump into Cafe as he gets caught by Loeb, and then Moose clean up the kill onto Sandblast. Last player alive on Scratch. Actually, Dingo gonna follow up, trying to get the pick onto Hubito. One pipe killable, does not get it. Hubito living with around 80 HP at the end of this mid fight. There was a chance they could have salvaged for that mid pick onto Hubito, but unlucky, does not connect.
Exile?
Would I have? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would have hit that, but I'm not in this match currently, so unfortunately, the mid does not die there. But second mid won by Witness Gaming Xiao. Great start again. Full ad for the side of Witness Gaming Xiao. As they actually take it into last immediately without the second cap, they're going to be looking to try and spawn cap from here. However, Globalclan sees the read there and find the path outside the left side of spawn. Low looking the bomb on to Anthony. Quick kill onto Low from Scratch on Heavy. Actually, he kills both soldiers on the side of Witness Gaming Xiao. As they escape with their lives, I mean, that Uber was rushed. And honestly, without second cap, there wasn't really much reason to go so quickly without finding an additional pick beforehand, but nevertheless, Uber was kind of wasted there for the side of Witness Gaming Xiao. But as Gratitude's getting Uber, I mean, we're going to maybe potentially see them push out with this ad. Or, oh, they're going to pick on Logan, so they might not even have to use as they come out of lobby here with the advantage. Both bombing, doesn't get much. Oh, actually, Globalclan is able to walk out. Scratch bombing, onto Scratch. A robot getting onto Scratch, dying, Darty trading. This is not looking the best for Globalclan.
No, but it is still going to be enough for them to get that point, the Uber ad plus the kill trade going to get things in their own favor as just both teams now settling into second and mid. I think that Uber coming in from Witness Gaming was a bit of a limit test. Like, can we just go for an obviously bad Uber and see if you'll roll over and die? And Globalclan showing that, no, they won't, you know. Just because they may not have had a lot of success against them thus far this season, you're still going to need to, you know, play at the top of your game if you want to keep up that performance. You can't get sloppy with your Ubers if you really want to, you know, find any rounds here. Loaf coming in high, gonna kite into lobby. Gotta grab the pack, heal back up. Really no meaningful damage dealt thus far. Already coming into lobby, trying to hunt down the soldier. Gets in on low, chips him low. Down in dungeon, takes him out. So numbers in favor of Globalclan right now, as everyone in Witness is fully pushed up through Valley. Gonna be forced to call off that aggression, play back into mid.
Slumnish actually trailing off of Loaf's death there, almost getting Darty on the exit as he was dealing with honestly just like 10 HP. Scratch winning the 1v1 against Slumnish there in his lobby, which means no players are behind on the side of Witness Gaming Xiao. And actually, Witness Gaming Xiao is playing pretty defensive on second, so they're not looking to try to sack anyone else there. However, Sandblast looking maybe entry, does not find anything. Anthony not in position to go for a counter sack here, so it looks like it's gonna be canceled here. Robotic actually looking for a timing on choke here. Almost gets Scratch actually. It was a good timing to look for, however. Scratch lives and Robotnik lives, so they're not going for anything. Actually, a double bomb happening from Robotnik onto the medic. Are they going to get the force? They do onto Gratitude. Dingo actually 1 HP, almost dying to the scout choke. Slumnish pick up Anthony, and they just rip it out of choke. They know they have advantage here with that Uber popping later. However, Gratitude living so quickly out of that fight as Globalclan basically just run out for free. However, the speed of how Witness Gaming Xiao has been playing, they might just take it back in the second or into last, which actually start peeking top left pretty much instantly. No pressure really on the side of Globalclan as they are down 2. It's gonna potentially be a cap here on the side of Witness Gaming Xiao as Moose gets onto the point here, however, with the spawns coming up for the side of Globalclan. They're gonna pressure, kill Logan. Great start to their defense, and look, yep, that means Witness Gaming is just gonna back up without the demo. Not a lot of pressure there.
There's a lot of good spam coming out from Dingo there onto Hubito specifically, and he couldn't really commit too far. The heal's going to get too aggressive. A lot of damage started to stick on the players, although Exile should let us know it was fake news Dolphin Fetus. It's not Gratitude in the server. That is Yuna on med for Global.
Oh, that is Yuna on medic. Okay, so yeah, sorry guys. So it is going to be Yuna on medic, which I think is just their main. Gratitude has been playing a lot of matches, but Yuna playing the match for the rest of the the rest of the season here. The potential last match, but Scratch and Anti getting their picks onto Robotnik and Slim in a potential sack wave. Without a gun, getting those 2 picks is pretty important. I mean, no gun, gonna be hard to deny the soldier, but they did it pretty well as Yuna was able to kite into spawn and basically just get out scot-free. So good for Globalclan as they start pressuring into lobby. Oh, actually, Anthony. Oh, the thing drops Hubble. Crazy bomb from Anthony there with the Beggar's Bazooka dumpster device as there is a trade happening from Logan as well here. And Loaf, Sam was able to kill Loaf. Oh, and they are Robotnik as Robotnik tries to salvage wherever he can. However, they are down 4 for the side of this game. Globalclan is, tugging at strings here, are able to find what they need to kind of stay in this match as long as they can. With the advantage into mid, let's see how they take this advantage.
And Anthony proving that, if you start, getting a little bit lax against him, that dumpster device will, wake you right up, and he finds Hubba, caught lacking a little bit. Maybe thinking he was safe out on second, as we're going to see a trade for Moose and Sandblast right now. But the mid pressure for the first time coming in for Globalclan, they're going to be able to use that threat of an Uber, bully their way into the point and cap it. They're still running a 40% ad over Hubba right now, shrinking by the moment, but going to likely see some possible aggression into second. You'd hate to see them let this go.
Yeah, the ad's going to be diminishing quickly. As they have mid control now, they don't have to take anything too quickly. I mean, they had the room to, but against a team like Witness Gaming Xiao, it is a bit of a threat trying to take the advantages. However, Anthony going for the bomb onto Hubba. Will he hit the rocket? He does, but however, Hubba surfs out, or barely dies, actually. The rocket hit him. He did not force. Those are kind of, iron will there for Hubba not to force her. Personally, I think I would have forced her, honestly. That's a crazy, scary bomb to get bombed by a beggar. That rocket comes out way faster than any other rocket can from a regular stock rocket launcher. Alto, would you have popped there? Because I definitely would have, honestly.
With Anthony on Soldier? Yeah, I would have. That's for certain. If it was you on Soldier, maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. My dumpster device has been pretty clean recently.
Borderline decision, but there's a reason why Hubba's in the server here and not me. So happy to defer to him in terms of holding that. Sometimes you say, if he drops me, he drops me, but this isn't a situation where you want to be doing that. Loaf, however, going to catch Sandblast. Slum as well getting in on that in Cafe. The rest of the team now busting in to mid. All of Globalclan forced to scatter right now. Uber's still on both sides. Scratch was up on Sniper, playing that angle and choke. Anthony able to get the kill on to Loaf. Scratch! Oh, blows Logan's head off in close range. I think I may have heard another potential headshot as the forward pressure is getting the point, but not any kills. Hubba forced to use.
Uber coming in through choke from Hubba, however, a counter pop happening from Yuna on his teammates, going through choker, trying to catch the players leaving. They catch Hubba, so it's already 3 picks to 0. And a spawn wave up with a sniper. They're able to get so much value with just the Uber at the end there on the side of Globalclan with Darty involved. Scratch hitting some great headshots onto Logan here. As they retake mid, they could maybe deny Hubba and Moose, which they could. Sandblast dying, I think, in Cafe there at the end of the fight. So unfortunately, they are down a soldier now. But I think it's in a situation where they will have to just take their advantage and play maybe just around the sniper. Almost killing Logan, actually. Great shot from Scratch. Low going for the bomb into Valley. Maybe getting picked off. Ooh, great rocket coming out of Anthony. However, Robotic Spawn Sniper is able to win that SPS against Scratch. Moose finding that pick on the Darius. So no scouts for the side of Globalclan. Even with an advantage they attempt to take here. Without a scout, I mean, it seems kind of pointless to take it at all. So the rest of Globalclan is going to try and live here. Dingle might get caught, actually, in Slam, which he is. Unfortunate jump trying to get up from Cafe side, but he does get caught. But with the advantage dwindling for the side of Globalclan, Yuna looking to try to bait here, just try to get Uber as best as he can as the scouts respawn.
Picking up the rifle,
Dart and Sniper. Yeah, he's on Sniper. We've seen it before. It has been a lot of value, so let's see how Darty is able to play this with this even Uber situation.
Yeah, Robotnik still on Sniper as well. Thought he might have just stayed in the spawn with it, but is running out, taking up position right outside of choke. Looks like they are going to try to work him further into that choke angle, but he's not going to find anything. Loaf going in over the top, not going to find any meaningful kills or damage for that matter. And with the sniper up, I think they're just going to back up, content to let the sniper hold for the respawn.
Yeah, just a quick sack from Loaf here. Robonic's still on snipers. I do want to try and play around him. Sandblast getting caught in value there to the spam of Logan, Slim, and Robotnik. And remember, a sack actually coming out to Anthony. It doesn't get anything though. Oh, Darty being behind. I'm not too sure what value he can try to find here. Does end up dying though to Slamnish, unfortunately. But with Globalclan now down 3, they're just going to run back to last in a situation they've been in before already. And Witness Gaming Xiao going to just kind of stabilize. Potentially, oh, Logan actually wants to peek. Logan's been the type to just dry fight a lot of things. Just get that damage. Pat. Oh, you done dropped it. You didn't.
That's gotta be wraps for the round here. Couple players from Globalclan playing out in dungeon to just bait out the Uber, but with the numbers and the heals, gotta imagine it's gonna go their favor. Slem starting the dominoes. Darty's gonna pick up one on Logan, but it's going to be Robotnik landing the body shot. Rest of the kills coming in from the scout. And yeah, you get so concerned with the rest of the combo. The sniper just sneaks in on the side, lands the drop, and we're looking at a 2-0.
I I mean, with the sniper kind of changing a tempo for Globalclan a little bit, and looking pretty good on those advantages that they got. They weren't able to use those Ubers like you were kind of saying earlier, also about those Ubers dwindling and the kind of the disappointingness of kind of losing that Uber advantage when in a game like 16, you want to use those advantages, but when you're just having a sniper, it's going to be very hard to do that. So Globalclan, unfortunately, losing the round. However, as the next bit starts, take it away, also.
Yep, going to be Robotnik getting in aggro, coming in. Yuna surfing for his life, but will eventually go down. Kills now in favor of Witness. They managed to take out Logan, so it's going to be a attempt to salvage onto Hubada, playing close near Cafe, ready to kind of kite out. Darty coming in, not even going to be able to get close. Hubada remaining at 150. Dingo, a little bit cut off. Slem's going to probably claim that as a bit of a late kill. No! The pipe from Dingo finds Slem. He's still fighting just for the sake of it. Goes in. Will finally go down. Doesn't want to be on any longer as a split spawn from the team. But another dominant mid coming out of Witness.
Yeah, kind of what you expect out of Witness Gaming there. They find the kills that they have to, kind of to secure the mid retakes here. And with their their aggressive soldier gameplay, they're able to find the kills with their soldiers alone, which creates so much space for the players like Slemnish and Moose to try to find and clean up kills wherever possible. And Logan just kind of pumping out that damage there. Dingo living towards the end, hitting some great pipes. Always nice to see. Uber ad for the side of Hubada and his team. Witness Gaming Xiao wants to try and take it in here. However, Yuna has been building pretty well, so he actually might be able to get Uber before they're able to take their advantage on the side of Witness Gaming Xiao. And I think they know that, but they're going to take it anyways, potentially. They do take it from left side.
Yep, they're going to get the gun with it. That seems to be about it right now. Anthony's a little bit low. But there is Robotnik coming in, juggled around. He will be the first to go down. Low likely to be the second. Moose dead as well. They do manage to force the Uber out from Yuna. So the delay in the Ubers leads to about a 15-20% ad on the side of Hubada right now. We'll see if that ends up being meaningful later on, but losing all three of those players means it should be a fairly easy recap coming in for Globalclan. Logan's not going to let them have it for free, but he's not too committed. Manages to find the kill onto Scratch, though.
He indeed does get the kill on the Scratcher, which is going to enable Witness Gaming Xiao to kind of walk back into the second of Globalclan, as actually Robotic finds a pick onto Anthony as he's trying to leave. So that's going to initiate a full-on push for the side of Witness Gaming Xiao in a situation they were in a little less than a minute ago. So Drive fighting in, low, bombing it through lower, doesn't get the bomb exactly where he wanted it to be. Snapblast is going to live until the top of the pipe, getting get arrows from Yuna. Actually, Hubada knows it's ad. They knew the Uber was ad from the beginning, so Hubada pops onto Moose and Logan as they just stack the cap times 5 players on it. Are able to secure the round with that Uber ad towards the end there. I mean, that was great tempo for the side of Witness Gaming Xiao to kind of secure this third round in this best of 3, 3-0 first map. Not so great for Globalclan. Let's see how they kind of recover from those.
Yeah, and I mean, Logan proving why he's such a threat right there, able to get, that first kind of opening pick onto Scratch when he gets a little bit too aggressive trying to recontest second. Leads to another kill onto Anthony, and then suddenly, the dominoes have already started falling. And big bomb from Anthony, but no, he kites back out towards his own valley side right now. Logan waiting to get healed up as we come into mid number 4 right now. Gonna be Anthony moving first, coming in. Hubba already hit low, can't land the rocket. Low coming back in exchange. Will get taken out. Kills in favor. Is Darty able to get the kill? Globalclan looking like they're gonna win this. Darty on the cleanup. Logan going to fall next. Slem and Moose just the scouts up, taking the aim battles, but too many players. Slem going to try to escape with his life. Looks like that last bit of pistol chip won't hit him. Otherwise, very solid mid for Globalclan.
Honestly, everyone connecting their shots beautifully there. Darty being able to find 2 players amongst the 4 on the capture is insane. He killed Hubada at the start, and then the rest of Hubada's team weren't really aware where Darty came in from, and he was able to clean up a second player. Insanely great kind of gameplay there coming out of Darty. However, Robotnik, we can try to force him through choke, but the positioning from Yuna actually denies Robotnik's entry, but he does become a forced Uber medic as they run out on the side of Witness Gaming Xiao. Being happy with the force. With the Ubers, kind of only a small advantage for the side of Witness Gaming Xiao. Hubada only at 50%, while Yuna's at 20% on it, roughly. It's going to be quite hard to try and keep pushing that advantage. However, Scratch immediately becomes a kill to Slem the Moose in lobby. But that's the wrong time to die here, as Witness Gaming Xiao will just try to take a drive fight, pretty standard drive fight for the side of Witness Gaming Xiao. They've taken these pretty much every single time they've gotten either some sort of damage or some sort of kill. They've been able to drive fight into the next point, take it basically for free. And Globalclan has kind of been giving it, surrendering those kind of advantage losses there. But the next point, talking about mid here, Witness giving Xiao is still actually pushing that aggressiveness forward as they try to refight mid. But as Ubers are coming up into play, Anthony bombing Hubba actually eating one rocket there, not enough to force him there, so he actually does live. Anthony dying, Witness giving Xiao. Again, another point taken for free. This is exactly what you want to see from a top invite team, being able to take multiple points in a row. Actually, Uber comes out from Witness giving Xiao.
Yep, and it's going to be a better Uber on the side of Globalclan. Hubbard is caught in, trying to kite for his life, nuked out by Sandblast. Going to be a number of trades, though. They find Yuna next. Low hit up low. So the numbers in favor of Witness right now. Just the damage coming in. Even with that early kill into Hubba, they're able to collapse just a little bit better. Spread a little bit more damage out during that Uber. Now, Globalclan pushed back into the lab. Ubers are going to be even, so nothing threatening for the time being. So may have a little bit of quiet after quite a bit of action we've had over the past 3 or 4 minutes.
I mean, we were just on Witness Gaming Xiao's second, almost on last here for GlobalClan, taking that advantage off of mid into second. But even after being forced, Yuna and his team had to run away as Witness Gaming Xiao had a counter to the tower. Dart hitting great shot onto Moose. Robotnik counter with the Sandblast pick. 5 versus 5, however, great tap time from Slimneck. No damage even on him. Anthony trying to bomb point, but he's kind of having a hard time even getting on the ground. Logan with the air shot onto, or actually, Logan with the air shot onto Anthony. Logan picking up Dingo. Another great round. I kind of saw the weakness there of the Beggar Bazooka, kind of off topic. Like, I mean, once he gets the bomb up, he's really high in that skybox, man. I mean, it's hard for him to kind of deny point without stacking 3 rockets and just kind of shooting at the capping player there. But then he was too high up and wasn't able to even stop it, so they were able to capitalize on that. Yeah, fourth round won by Witness Gaming Xiao.
Hit the 3 rockets, though. It's very cool.
It is very cool. And honestly, I mean, it's been pretty good this match so far. He's gotten some med picks doing that. So, nonetheless, we are in the 5th round of the map 1 here. 4-0 ready for Witness Gaming Xiao. Mid starting here. Low getting aggressive in Valley as he's done on some of the previous mids. Anthony doing the same kind of a robotic read that play like a book, catching Anthony in the beginning of Valley. And a lot of pressure already happening from both teams. They have to try to find whatever advantage and wins they can. Dingo getting caught to that robotic Valley pick. He does live. Booth looking to go forward, though, does kill him. However, with Yuna and his team, it's kind of stuck in their own Valley. They're choked. They're kind of rotating the Valley here, trying to maybe refight mid from Valley. It's 3 versus 4 potentially if the spawner gets there.
But they're not stuck in their own Valley. They're stuck in Witness's Valley, which makes it all the more exciting. Sandblast goes in. They just want to stall long enough to get Uber. Logan hit up low. Hubba will use in time, though, but not too healthy himself. As the sticks come in, they're trying to juggle Darty, but that scout speed is too much. Will be the great escape coming in for Yuna, but ultimately mid over to the side of Witness. Sandblast, I think, got a little bit too antsy. Went in and he goes down and happened a 3v3, but it tips the balance in favor of Witness, and they're now in the driver's seat to put this map away.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't able to see which side of the map they were on. Some colors kind of look the same to me. However, Logan does typically Anthony guarding, killing Slumness during this pressure. Again, look how aggressive Witness Gaming Xiao is getting on top of the platform of Globalclan, just walking at them even during an non-Uber situation. They're just showing that complete aggression, completely capitalizing on the damage done by Logan and cleaning up 3 kills. Only losing 2 for that, so they do have a scout that can cap, but without a scout pushing into Latzer, they can't extend for more, but Logan is definitely hungry for it. He is going to stay in, maybe help protect the soldier from getting out here. Oh, but actually, Robotic wants to commit here. There is a potential medic sack you can get onto Yuna, but Yuna is hiding pretty well. Robotic knows he has to stall for time there potentially, but Darty does end up becoming the person to clean him up. So, you know, the attempted sack was a failure, but unfortunately, it's kind of what it is when you have no scout, not a lot of pressure there, but he did try his best, Robotnik there, but nonetheless, it's just going to be a standard sack. Just going to be stabilizing for both teams.
Yep. See, is he coming up on anything? Nope, staying on the soldier for now as, you know, just kind of damage being traded back and forth right now. Trying to see if anyone's gonna get caught out. No off classes other than the NG. Now, NG and the sniper. I misspoke. The gun just now coming up, though. So I think they were waiting a bit to see if there'd be some early pressure, but realized they'll have time to build it up. So may as well.
Yep. Scratch on Sniper there. I mean, he's been hitting a lot of good shots this match, so he is the right player for the role of Sniper on this team. He actually killed Logan as I say that, so he's not going to miss the headshot, seems like. So putting him on Sniper with the right move. Samus clearing Robotnik. Great milk coming out of Yuna here. That is a 4 versus 6. Globalclan with the advantage of players. Are they going to try and peek out and maybe set up another sack here? As Logan is going to respawn. Uber looking to come out from low here. As they play close to the shutter, however, respected for the force there for Sandblast onto Hubba. Hubba does use. However, no Uber use from Yuna, so they got the force without using. That's exactly what you want to do in that situation. Both looking for the exchanging shutter. Wasn't able to find it, but Sandblast found the opportunity to go on the Hubba. Forces them. as 100% ad is given to Yuna and Globalclan. This is a very precarious situation, but I love what they're doing here, getting through dungeon here without using. However, Loaf is there to meet them, so now Globalclan is in a very, very tight situation. They will have to rotate, but with that red being called already, they rotate into a scout, get forced, and this is a horrible situation for the side of Globalclan. They didn't want to get forced, they wanted to walk it in from dungeon, but they did get forced. And then Robotnik actually kills Sandblast on the exit there. He was trying to live, not very lucky though, and Witness Gaming Xiao is going to have advantage there, and that's kind of the problem with pushing out of Sunshine Lasses. There's not enough doorways and not enough pressure to create for your combo to walk out without using, but they tried and unfortunately met with kind of a disappointing end.
Yeah, I don't think you can push that slowly through dungeon in multiple explosive classes if you're not going to be decisive and either just bust through immediately, or, you know, at least say that we're going to use this, and I think they tried to split the middle ground and end up getting neither. As the Uber comes in, Dingo going to be caught right off the bat. Robotnik walking in from up top. Later in, finds the Rockets on Darty, Sandblast, Domino 3. Anthony will get a pity frag, but, you know, unable to stop the point. Gets his head cut off for his trouble. That's going to be a 5-0 for Witness Gaming Xiao, continuing the season-long sweep over Globalclan as we move into what could be Globalclan's last map of the season.
5-0 that some people in chat kind of predicted or expected. I mean, there were some predictions where there was some maybe a round for Globalclan there. I mean, they did show a little bit of resistance there in giving the 5-0 to Witness Gaming Xiao. However, Witness Gaming Xiao found the openings they had to cause so much chaos and pressure for Globalclan to even be able to do anything, honestly. So, you know, good on Witness Gaming Xiao staying a strong looking team in this playoffs bracket we've been witnessing since the start of the week. 1-0 for Witness Gaming Xiao on, this is, I think, their pick, if I'm not, yeah, their
Correct.
pick. So we are now going to Gully Watch, which is going to be Globalclan's pick. Again, this is kind of the opposite results you were kind of expecting for these teams for pick bans. However, with Globalclan picking Gully, this is kind of their potential final hoorah of the season, or, you know, they could see a good match on Gully. I love being hopeful for these teams, so honestly, let's hope that Globalclan can really come back from this 5-0 stronger than ever.
Yeah, Gully was the first map these two teams played on. First time we're going to see any kind of rematch between the two of them. And I think overall it was the one they put up the best fight on. So should be, you know, a good potential place to end their season. I mean, I think we can take a look at the logs real quick. The scouts on Globalclan were doing their jobs. I mean, Scratch is actually top frag the server. Had more soldier kills alone than anyone else on his team had kills total. You know, getting that good denial on to Loaf and Robotnik, but ultimately just, you know, difference from the other classes comes in over time. Logan putting up 350 is disgusting.
Yeah, I know it. So in my experience playing Pox Scout and Invite personally, I feel like playing against the stronger Invite teams, a lot of the kills you'll find are going to be on those soldiers, because when you're playing against those top Invite teams, their scouts are going to be protected with their medic, great healing obviously, but with the damage coming out from these players individually, scouts kind of run over your team, right? But Scratch being able to find around 15 soldier kills over the second highest is 11 from Moose, which is the combo scout on the team that was the 5-0 team. That is still pretty impressive nonetheless, so shout out to Scratch on that great performance there. And I know both scouts on Globalclan were doing a great job as well. I mean, Darty was causing so much room and chaos on those mid-fights alone, which gave a lot of room for Globalclan to kind of play out away from their last and try to salvage a round potentially. So that was some great performance there. Unfortunately for the soldier, both the soldier matchups, I mean, Sunshine is one of those maps where your soldiers are just going to kind of bomb in and die. But from what I witnessed, Witness Gaming Xiao was having way more value with their bombs. We've definitely witnessed their soldiers doing a bit more with their bombs, and unfortunately Globalclan just could not find the opening. And it could be awkward, like having one soldier running the beggars and the other soldier just running complete stock. Like maybe the bombs will look different, and maybe the timing for the soldier not running beggars will have to be earlier or later. Like it really doesn't, I don't really know, honestly. I've never really played with Anthony individually, or I guess I have once actually, but individually, like a soldier player using the beggars is very uncommon, so you don't really know what to expect sometimes, and that I can see that being a weakness. But also a solo player like Anthony, he can definitely find what he needs to do the same kind of valuable things a soldier would normally need to do. So who knows, maybe on Gully Watch we can see a lot more of that value kind of rearing its head in. So we'll have to take a look at that into this next map.
Well, I agree with what you said about having, you know, one soldier in the beggars, one on the rocket launcher looks different. And to me, the obvious answer here is have Sandblast run beggars too.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
See what Sandblast looks like on the dumpster device here. But you do kind of get the feeling that Globalclan's gonna live or die based off of how well Anthony's able to play, and into the quality of team that Witness Gaming is. Even when he's able to occasionally sneak through, as we saw with him getting that medic drop, I don't think he's converting enough of his plays on the weapon to really have much of an impact. And I think, you could argue, maybe he doesn't get a whole lot on those bombs regardless, even if he's running stock. But I think that the way the Beggars plays means that he's going to be more inclined to be going in, right? Because he doesn't really have the ability to sit back, play passive, and spam the same way that a normal soldier does. The Beggars is best when you're going in and you're able to potentially nuke someone out on those 3 rockets. So he's playing more aggressive than you likely would see a soldier do on the normal rocket launcher. And then as a result of that, you're forcing fights where maybe you don't have to, and a team the size, the caliber of Witness Gaming just isn't going to let you get away with that for free.
I mean, once you play against it enough, I mean, like, they're going to have counterplay to deny the Beggars. And I kind of treat the Beggars similar to, like, a market gardening soldier. Now, this could, I mean, again, I don't have much history in playing against it myself. But whenever I did, I remember it being like, he's going to find a location and just bomb that location. If it's a player there or just a destination to land on that spot and shoot those 3 rockets on that one spot. So if you have good movement and, like, a medic with a scout beam and scout speed, or just a scout or a demo hitting a good surf or something like that, or just, having kind of outmaneuver kind of there, which is a small window, but definitely possible. That bomb could be pretty much 0, right? So if a team like Witness Gaming Xiao finds the read, which I think they did because Hubba was not becoming those kills, we can see a lot less value coming out of the weapon. But, I mean, it's not like Anthony is trying to switch off that weapon, so I think pushing that forward is going to cause more pressure onto Hubba as a medic player, but also, the scouts on cleaning up Anthony, because a very popular thing for scouts in Invite is just to deny the soldier with their body. So soldiers know that, and they're just going to shoot the scout, right? But also same thing with demos. Sometimes demo would just eat their bomb for the medic so the medic survives. And that's something I got taught personally by Mr. Slin. I mean, we all know Mr. Slin, right? When I played with him in the past, he said, Exile, I want you to play like Muma. Muma will just eat the rockets for me, and that's what I want you to do. I'm like, well, okay, fine. That's what I did. I think Logan's doing something similar, honestly. He's actually dying to Anthony's bombs, but I think he's not trying to avoid them. So I think that's part of his playbook, honestly. So, I mean, that's honestly how I read the situation, based on what I know, I guess.
I like that. Anytime that I get killed by a bomb, it's because my players weren't taking the rockets. That's a Mr. Slin. Mr. Slin really is the best for a reason, isn't he?
Yeah, he's absolutely the best medic of all time, by the way. Absolutely.
Of course. I mean, I think, as you said, right, Anthony's not looking to switch off of it. So debating the merits of it versus a normal rocket launcher, I don't think is going to do too much, because he's sticking to his guns. He's on the weapon, right? To an extent, I think he needs to execute a little bit better. There were a couple times where I think he went in and, as you said, he was nuking ground more than he was nuking players. But there's also, there was that mid towards the end where I think Robotnik knew he was going to go fly in, try to nuke someone out in Valley, was hit back around the corner the second he lands, peeks out and kills him. You got to be a little bit more unpredictable. And I think as we go live here, goalie mid's a great spot for that, right? Because ultimately, you got a 1 1/3 shot of flying into someone, regardless of where you go.
Absolutely. So as we start the second map of this best of 3 lower bracket finals, Witness Gaming Xiao versus Globalclan. Witness Gaming Xiao having the first map up on this best of 3. Witness Gaming doing the kind of proper bomb, both soldiers landing on the window. Darting finding moves immediately. Great pick to start the game. Anthony doing exactly what Alto was saying. He just went straight into Hubba, killing not only Hubba but Logan. It would have saved mid. It ended in like 5 seconds. However, they did actually get Yuna. But even if Yuna dies, I think Globalclan's more than happy enough just to win out that mid with a 6-1 loss. I mean, what a 6-1 loss of players. I mean, what a great start. I mean, we predicted it perfectly, also. I think we should be in this match.
Yeah, definitely. Put me on the Beggars. I'd be able to do that. Mm-hmm. No. God, I don't know.
Oh wait, actually, I think we did not notice here, but Sampless is actually on demo now, and Dingo's on soldier. So we are cooking in this match already, and this is gonna be a great thing for Globalclan to kind of see. With this roster swap, maybe this is what they were expecting to happen from the beginning. Maybe they knew, well, Samus needs to get on demo, and Dingo is a great soldier player, actually. over time, I've seen him play more soldier than demo, so this is actually a great swap in my
You know, Sandblast is saying, "Seal we won the mid because I was on demo."
Exactly.
As yeah, no, I mean they are building up a slight ad right now. Dingo's gonna get hit a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be anything they can really push off, especially with the gun and Slem up on Sniper. Slem at least one, I think, Highlander champion on Sniper as well as Scout. Definitely not to be trifled with on that class, as I think, you know, now that the Ubers are evened out, not a ton of pressure on the side of Globalclan. They're going to want to pick their spot. Whether or not that comes in the form of, you know, seeing a sack first, seeing if they can get something, or they're just going to choose to, you know, kind of run it through the front door, we will see. The gun is very aggressive, though.
Yep, pretty aggressive gun. I mean, this is what I see Moose put this gun up most of the time. This is kind of a gun, like, if you go over how to play Gully Wash last defense, this is where you kind of put the gun most of the time. It watches balcony and shutter, and it makes it hard for players to spam the gun through main and river. But if a team is very, very good at pressuring water, which we actually witnessed Froyo do it against Witness. I keep saying Witness, and it just keeps ringing in my mind, but yeah, Froyo was actually able to deal with this gun pretty well, so if Globalclan can do something similar, this hold could be kind of weak, but nonetheless, Gully Wash is a hard point to push out of and push into, so we're taking the time on the side of Witness Globalclan to try and find a kind of answer for this kind of standard hold, and I think they're going to do the standard, which is a peak shutter and balcony, but no one in water, which is kind of unfortunately not happening, but maybe it will, who knows.
Yeah, I mean, I'd expect to have seen something right now. I don't know if they're just waiting out the clock before, you know, kind of going for a Hail Mary. Anthony finally getting a little bit of pressure up in River. Not even trying to cross, just spinning with that beggar. Scratch them coming up. Get some cap time sticks. Debt from Logan. He's going to go down. They managed to get the gun pretty low. Amer coming in potentially for a counter sack will go down. Slem hit up low in River, but forced back at the end of things. It will be... Well, I'll be giving up for Globalclan, but, you know, they still have point control. Let's see, did we get any off? Yep, Scratch coming up on Sniper. Probably could have expected that one.
Yeah, I mean, Witness Gaming isn't even off-classing the Spy to check the off-classes, because I think I guarantee you that one of the 6 players on Witness Gaming is saying, yeah, Scratch is going to sniper, and you can kind of tell because nobody's in the position to get headshot on him, excluding Logan, and Slamnish was easily able to drop down and meet the sniper before he even peaked, so they definitely knew. However, again, with the sniper, you're going to lose out on a lot of time here. There's only a minute left in the match round time, and it's going to reset to mid. So, I think Scratch getting kind of impatient there. Oh, actually, there's a soldier bomb coming out of Dingo. Right, cap time almost kills the engine, actually. Oh my goodness gracious. Uber coming out of Sandblast onto the gun. Doesn't get the, they do get the force late with the gun pick, but they're already down 2 for Globalclan. So, with that exchange, with the kills they've lost, or did not gain and lose players, I mean, I think Witness Gaming is just pushed into mid here.
Blow himself up
on
a rocket there. Trying to surf back. The repeated body shots takes him down eventually. And that Sniper really good at playing the long angles here, trying to push back into second. Means that even with the numbers going down in that Uber, it will not be enough for Witness Gaming to push out. 10 seconds left. And a little bit of espionage coming in on Darty's side. Looking, can he... Not even trying, I think, to go for a back tap.
You gotta
Trying
get
to get the
my...
clip right now. Doesn't even get any cap time. And we're going to stalemate back onto mid.
Man, I mean, with the off classes on those timings, I mean, we should have been maybe having those off classes way sooner. With like 4 minutes of round time per kind of pressure on last, there's not enough time to cook with those off classes. But nonetheless, it does reset back to mid, and hopefully another mid can be Witness as good as Globalclan's last. I can't stop using the word Witness, man. It's stuck in my vocab. But you know, Globalclan with the great mid last mid. Let's see if it happens again. Anthony not doing the bomb he did in the previous mid. He's doing something a little bit differently. Darty, oh my god, just becoming a complete like fly to the flame. Does end up dying. Dingo with the base jumper. Oh, doesn't get any value with that. I mean, they're cooking so hard in this match. It's insane, but. Yeah, no dice for Globalclan. They end up losing the mid pretty convincingly. Both dying to Sandblast pipes, and those pipes are fucking godlike, I guess. But unfortunately, Sandblast, your whole team's dead, so no dice there though.
Yeah, I think if you've listened to me cast Highlander, you may have heard me mention a playstyle of Spy known as Gotcha Spy, which is basically you just keep pulling until you try to, you know, land an SSR. And I feel like Anthony's playing a bit of gotcha soldier right now as the Ubers go out on last. He hit it big on that first mid. Hubba kiting to point. He'll go down. He's just trying to draw numbers towards him. They do manage to even out onto Yuna as lots of low health bars on everyone up alive right now. Robotnik gonna go down, not able to equalize on to Dingo. Slem and Logan still in on a sliver of health. Darty walking forward, not, brave enough to push Logan on 8 HP. But the last defense is solid for Globalclan.
I mean, damn, those are some great rockets from Robotnik. Doesn't actually get the kill onto Dingo, unfortunately. But no, I mean, it was a good attempt. Again, go watch last pushes are so hard with Uber ad. I mean, even with ad, it can be quite challenging. And I'll say this how I saw it in last night's match. I mean, Witness Gaming Ubers until last have been kind of their weakest point. But they have a situation here where they have that again. And knowing Logan, Hubba, and Moose, they love taking those 20% Uber ads into the other team's medic. So maybe there's a chance they do it again here. I mean, if Hubba reads this correctly, he knows they're going to have a bit of an ad here. So they might take it, but they're not really looking to take it to... Oh, actually, yes, they are. I think they're going main here with the advantage. Double scout Uber through main here. They're not pop immediately. Hubba ends up using now. There's a gun on the left side. Soldiers being fought in lobby. Robotic and Anthony. Anthony does not die. Robotic, however, lives as well.
So much cap time. They're just going to get
So much cap time. They get the cap. First round going over to Witness Gaming Xiao. They're really good at playing those cap on those last pushes, and just that's kind of been the biggest reason why they end up getting these rounds in each map they play. So honestly, good Uber, kind of a change of pace from what I saw yesterday. So 1-0 for Witness Gaming.
I think you kind of saw there why that aggressive gun that Witness Gaming was using was so good too, because the passive gun that Globalclan had just allowed the main push to get so much ground in before the Uber was forced to be used, that they were able to get all that cap time while Globalclan was kiting through spawn. But Anthony going in, whiffs the rockets, will get some damage on the Hubba that comes out of Dingo, I think. But ultimately, the clearly SSR rate's not that high for the gotcha soldier, as he's 1 for 3 thus far. Mid already being capped up by Slem. No one's even on second as lobby control coming in low. A little bit over aggressive, but Robotic and Moose coming in. They're able to find Yuna in last. That was supposed to be the silver lining, but massive that they're able to find him. Darty coming in from the side. Whiffs on to Hubba and will be taken out. The Uber used immediately as second gets capped. Moose and Logan taking the two-man Uber in. Scratch up on Heavy. Gonna get the kill. Hubba not able to flash Logan, and that Uber was maybe a bit of a meet and greet.
Yeah, Uber's still popped though, and they do end up taking some space on last here. Low actually rolling out, and potentially a fight is gonna keep coming in. Low finding the damage, but nothing, no dice. Moose finding a kill onto Sandblast. Wow, great shots. However, Hubba ended up just living there. I mean, he knows his team's just gonna try and sack for cap time there, which they got a look capped and 2 kills. So with Witness Gaming Xiao having those down players, however, 2 picks, they are going to be more confident holding Victor here, as Globalclan might try to walk into second here from River, which they end up doing. There is no big ad play to worry about, however, it's just going to be a player kind of an advantage here. But they don't have much cap time in the form of Globalclan. However, Witness Gaming is getting pushed by the flank of Anthony and Darty, and Dingo and River actually. So Darty, instead of going for any type of pressure here,
Moose has the inside
Moose
track
goes to last.
last.
Oh, this is gonna get in. He gets on the
Dingo
soldier.
able to come in for River just in time, but now the numbers are against him. He's not even gonna be able to play it from Seek. Just Witness able to get all of those kills and turn a back cap into a front cap as everyone comes in to collapse. Dingo doing what he can on Soldier, but ultimately not able to stop it from going 2-0 in favor of Witness Gaming Xiao.
It's kind of what I was saying. Like, I mean, there was not enough player picks on the side of Globalclan to kind of prompt a push out there. They did have picks, but like they were spawning pretty quickly, which prompted again Witness Gaming Xiao to push for a flank play, which they ended up doing pretty successfully. Moose finding his timing there. As the mid starts, Witness Gaming starting with the kind of casual mids that they're used to doing, however, no value coming for low or Robotnik. Anthony playing the safer approach here, not insta bombing and finding that SSR in the choke. However, Dingo ending up trying to find it himself. No pity there, honestly. However, Anthony getting the bomb, good damage actually, and living. So there is a potential play here for both teams. I think which player has the force danger? Is that Moose? It's Moose. Does kill Sandblast with it. Oh man, I think that weapon is so good. I think that weapon is so good. If you're playing against a team that is not full sending into your medic, you can do so much damage to the gun in such little seconds of time.
When these two teams played each other the second time in the regular season, the game ended with Minaj running babyface. And having passed this game as long as I have, watching a scout move 30% faster than you're used to is crazy. Darty is WM1ing the lobby on the flog right now. And lives.
Oh,
I don't think he got any flame damage, but he didn't die either. Not that he can airblast the Uber.
Oh, but however, there's not many people are dead on his team, so he is still building that flog the entire time. Actually, he swapped off of the flog, and the round is taken from Witness Gaming. Now, let me ask this, Walter. Do you think he meant to be on the flog, or do you think that was an accident?
I think he had more than enough time to swap off of it, even if it was.
I think so too. So I think it was potentially an accident. I'm gonna wager on an accident. I know Darty. I don't think he would mean to do that in a match where he honestly he's playing well. So
Robotnik's on Black Box.
Yep, Black Box. That's great. Oh goodness gracious! What do we see? Yeah, how about a crit scale? Oh, Anthony the bomb to Logan. He's gonna get it this time.
Oh, there he is. All right, maybe not an SSR, but that's at least that's probably an SR. I'd say decent pull.
That's a decent pull for sure there. So with the pick from Logan, actually the sniper in big door, Darty on sniper doesn't get anything. However, and I don't even know where Witness Gaming went on that mid. After Logan died, they basically just gave it up. They're not even gonna have crits ad. They're not gonna be able to have a demo with the crits either. Maybe they're gonna do some sort of black box crits, kind of like Xiao to Burn style. But
who's on shortstop?
No dice.
I just saw a shortstop somewhere.
That was Moose again.
Oh, he's playing Gadget. He's playing Gadget Scout. We're in bad news. Oh, Sandblast just face checked an entire team waiting in lobby. Not even going to take any damage. Got some damage on Hubba. First trouble, the crits comes out. Sandblast in the middle of everyone.
Wow.
Mid crits, they get 2 off of it. But ultimately, it's going to be fragged.
No
way.
Way.
They take their first round of the season. It's been, what, this is the 6th map? And they get their first round on the back of Sandblast, demo, and Moose's shortstop.
Yeah, we're gonna have to review this demo later. This is a suspicious one, however. In Globalclan fashion, they won rounds similar to that, and I honestly, when I played on Globalclan, I think we did something literally the same, getting around in a troll fashion. However, the mid starts here, and I think they're gonna realize, okay, let's start playing a little bit more serious. Yeah, Moose back on the force signature, which is, I think, is fine. I mean, shortstop's much worse. But more serious, but not as serious still. Bomb coming out of Anthony. Oh my, Hubba living with 15 HP and choke there. Does not find the kill. However, both soldiers on the side of Globalclan are dead. Darty looks for the kill. Slam counters with his own kill. So 3 players down on Globalclan. Witness Gaming Xiao. Let's lock in just a little bit. Maybe there's a round to be gotten here. Remember, they do have ad somehow. I don't know how Unit doesn't have Uber here, but they get the crits off. That's why. That's exactly why. Crits goes out. They're gonna didn't get anything.
Dingo gets the force. Yeah, they're not even hitting anyone. They're not even entering last. Even no one's there. They're all fighting in spawn. And there is Anthony finding Logan with the beggar. I mean, he's not even capped. What's...
Yeah, I don't know. With the crits in mind, you kind of just want to rush it. And Logan, I don't know if Logan is used to being crits on at all. I think low guy is type of medic when you played with him not to run crits. So, Hubba being a shift in that mindset for Logan. He wasn't able to find any value with it these last 2 crit screens. So, maybe Uber is the play, but what's the fun in that? I think crits is much more fun for Hubba, and let him have some fun. He played great yesterday, so he needs to break.
So, experimentally, we've determined that shortstop is trolling, the crits is trolling, force of nature is okay.
I think Force of Nature is great.
In from the stratosphere, gets 2 rockets there in the third, on to Hubba. Thought he was going to whip that for a sec, but ends up finding the med pick regardless. Will go down for his troubles, but, you know, you take those pulls when you're forced into Gully second is his home. Loaf hiding. Crouch Shambler still hasn't noticed him. He's just going to walk in with the rockets like a unit, but gets the kill anyway. Oh, good thing he had all 4 loaded. Unit going down. He's not happy about that as chat with some key mashing in there. Loaf apologizing.
I think Loaf apologizing there is the right move, but I think the amount of times, I just want to point out that Anthony, well actually, I don't even have time. Witness Gaming to push through choke here. Darty with the play on the lamp, he gets it! Oh, what a noob mistake from Witness Gaming Xiao. Where was the cover? Where was the coverage of that lamp play? That is like the first thing you see when you walk through the choke, but nonetheless, he gets the pick onto Hubba, and 3 players of his own die as well to the side of Globalclan. 3 versus 2, both scouts alive for Witness Gaming Xiao. I mean, Moose is behind in the choke. Is he gonna get the medic pick? First shot, second shot, does not connect. He's gonna live with his 140 HP towards the end of that with the kit. I mean, that was unfortunate for Moose. I mean, he probably doesn't feel good about that. Oh, I mean, backstab would have been great.
Rookie mistake, honestly.
Was that a force of nature there, or is he on stock scatter? I don't even know.
That was stock.
Oh, he's
trolling
locked
on
back
that.
in.
He needs to get back on the fan.
I think the fan would have secured him the kill. You lock in when those 2 shots matter the most. I mean, you only have 2, you don't have 6, so you gotta lock in. So.
Robotnik's on the beggars? No, not beggars. Battalions. The other B unlocked. He's gonna be up to 330 occasionally, and I've got a feeling someone's going to hit him for 327 and be very upset that they don't get a kill.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see more achievement unlock weapons for the side of Witness Gaming, and well, actually both teams need to run more. I think this entire season they should have been running them for the side of Globalclan. No force, no dice there again. Logan killing Dingo, pretty common occurrence there. However, as they try to peek in through Big Door, no sniper. I expect the sniper here. However, none this time around. Moose, is he on the scout gun? He definitely is. I think he's bored, like personally, but. Yeah, nothing happening. Just gonna reset here on second.
Hiding up in heaven all the way above Choke. Not gonna commit to anything, it looks like. Drops down.
Nothing.
Hasn't even there. I need to see a spy.
Yeah, I think it's overdue, honestly. We need to see some Kobe spy. Actually, Uber coming out of Anthony, forcing Hubba there, getting the force. Hubba can just bomb out into the stratosphere if it feels like it. Oh my god, he's gonna get out. He's out! Nope, he doesn't get out. From this with the 1D onto his head there as he tries to exit the river. 3 players down for Globalclan. Honestly, that Uber was strictly, let's just Uber Anthony for fun, and that's what happened. Scratch picking up Loaf, however. Loaf is going to become the kill there. In every fashion, Loaf becomes kind of those instant feeds, just, randomly, but, he does his job, so Witness Gaming is going to take the second of Globalclan with even Ubers. And Robotnik kills Dingo. I'm not sure where, but no, that's some great consolation there.
The invite players are pushing because they're bored. They're just like me.
I mean, yeah, that's the funnest way to play TF2. Just get the Ubers out of the way. We're not playing Overwatch. We're waiting for our ultimates. Let's just fight things, Like, that's the only way to play.
Battalions has been popped. They're flooded in through Launchpad. That gun's gonna go down. That's as Valve designed it for the pub strategy. Hubba ends up getting caught up by the box. Exchange coming through, already 2 down on both sides. Robotnik's going to be the first one going down. Darty and Sandblaster are the trade. Dingo cut off in river. It is just Yuna switching off to the pyro. Can't even make it to the point. Valiant effort, but it will be Witness Gaming Xiao putting themselves on match point.
Alright, everyone in chat, please put 1 if you think Anthony is going to get a pick on the medic or demo this mid in the choke before mid starts, or 2 if he doesn't. I'm voting 1.
Already on Sniper.
Oh, Scratch on Sniper. I guess Scratch is going to look for it himself, but I'm still banking on Anthony, still getting the pick, so I need to take a look and see if he actually does it. On the Anthony cam, he's cooking something, actually. He's playing in Lobby Shutter.
Hubba on crits, but Moose on scatter. That seems like a troll. Anthony, oh, there he goes!
Is he gonna get it?
He's so close! Oh, he sets it up. He sets it up for Hubba. We count those. We count those.
That was a good attempt, and everyone who bet 1 in the chat just lost $10. Venmo with Dolphin immediately whenever possible. However, Globalclan losing 3 immediately at the end of the mid. And how about dying though? So that's pretty good. Oh, actually, Scratch went classic that whole time. I believe the classic is actually pretty solid in Sniper, especially in 6s. But I mean, Anthony gets to pick up the low, so he's gonna stay on Sniper. Hopefully, I mean, he better. He does. Oh, wait, Albita playing Spy. In this playoffs match, is this what Invite looks like nowadays? That is quite an interesting thing. I mean, this could work as long as he gets the med drop. It's basically ad for him, so we gotta see how he does
it.
Unless
they back cap before he gets there.
Oh, but he can cap the point still as Spy, so they're not gonna expect Helmet on Spy, right?
The ultimate gambit here.
This is insane.
You know what they need is they need to 5-man wipe with Hubba being the only one alive, and they're going to say, oh, it's just the med left, and then you get the Spy back out.
Oh, well, there's Slim's death there. He's starting the rally train here. Anthony, he knows, bro. There's something he knows that others don't. 1 is the beggars, 2 is the Spy. Logan spawning Spy.
Speaking of 2 is the Spy, Hubba getting himself caught out, opening up the doors for Logan. The true espionage master coming in. Anthony realizes that he just takes the fight, walks into the front door, but he's not in time!
Dude, Anthony knowing there could be another one is insane!
What is Robotnik doing on engineer, bro? Building up on second. Look at this demon.
Is he on mini sentry or level 3? He's on level 1. Level 3's in no shutter. Doesn't get anything. Uber is popped though from Yuna. And Habuda lives for free. Remember, Logan's still in Spy, so Logan gonna have to be able to find a pick here, or just die and spawn back on another class. But maybe he's confident with his Spy enough to the point where he's just gonna full time in. Who knows? But Slem dies during this, so there is a little bit of this ad for Globalclan. Oh, Moose dying to Dingo. This is a great start. They can definitely do it some sort of dry, and I would just Uber Anthony again, honestly. But who knows how it's gonna.
Moose with the decloak coming in.
Okay. Up and down, guys, we can push. However, there is a level 3 in the choke, so it's going to be kind of hard. But, you know, Yuna having advantage here. I mean, every time Yuna's had advantage, there's been no gamble involved. It is going to be pretty bad usually. Sorry to say, it has been happening pretty bad. However, with this advantage we have now, maybe I'll eat my words and they're going to be a round taken potentially. But Logan's still in Spy, by the way. He's getting... Okay, that was a demo there.
But it has finally it's back on med. We've somehow stumbled into no off classes, which to me feels like less of a conscious decision and more of, you know, just like, you know, passively coming up on a bunch of 80% chances. But Globalclan are pushing into second right now with Uber. Anthony's gonna go down early though, Loaf managing to find that. Uber comes out into lobby, Habuda safely escaping. Maybe not safely, Sandblast just walks at him. That model's not gonna find anything.
Oh my god, I can only just hear the Sandblast clip on it. You remember that highlighter clip of Sandblast demo where he's like, if you Uber me, I frag. Right there, I just played that in my mind. No kills this time. However, ad coming in for Habuda as they walk through choke basically for free here. However, Anthony looking for his kill does not find his +1 on the logs. Habuda with full ad and advantage. I mean, this needs to end. I mean, let's hope Witness Gaming is able to end here before they get any more warnings from RGL that they're throwing. So, they do get the Uber off the Sandblast. So that's a great Uber right there to start. With 2 picks, they're gonna try and peek last. But I mean, honestly, potentially it is the best move. It's strategically, if we think about it, it could be the best play available. So, Ubers are happening. Ooh, Ray Rock is coming out actually, and Moo's able to kill Dingo. Scratch finding the trade. They get an advantage for Yuna as they just Witness Gaming just walks through the Uber coming out of Scratch. Oh, this is Uber Scratch loves to take. Loaf on point though, it's just him, so there's not gonna be much of a cap here. Does Scratch find the medic? They don't. Not really sure where they went. I think they just left Big Door. Logan against the world, is he gonna be able to hit the pipes that matter? Oh, the pistol coming out of Scratch does not connect. Logan living, Habuda living. So, Logan not finding the kills that matter the most there to maybe win this round. But it's okay because Habuda does have advantage again. And a bomb coming out of choke. Will Moose die? He does not. So, this is looking like more traditional 6s finally. I think they keyed on to what was going on there, and yeah, winning's being taken away potentially, but I don't know, now it looks pretty much the same.
Oh, someone just got skyboxed. Logan goes around the world, I think, landing up in heaven. And that's maybe not the most traditional way of getting in, but will find himself, you know, taking a fairly standard second push anyway. The cap about to... No, Darty was trying to contest with the point. Will go down, however, the cap ends up coming through. Numbers already up in favor of Witness, but the Uber comes out. Habuda getting the kill on to Anthony. Robotnik goes down, though. That's all they're going to get with the Uber other than some time.
Actually, Sam must be coming up pick in River as Smooth and Logan. We're kind of just waiting for the peak there. Oh, I think they're just going to drive fight this. I mean, they do have the picks and the heals there. Oh, actually, Slemnish dying too, Darty. We did that. Darty looking for the kill again, but Moose will clean it up. Oh, Anthony!
Oh,
you saw Anthony. SSR just got hit. I mean, sometimes you get the pity, so he got the pity himself there. Getting the kill. No one's on cap here. Samuel's dying again. I think he just spawned and immediately died. He heals 2, though, so honestly, great gamble there. Another failed Uber from Witness Gaming. We're going to have to figure out why their Ubers are so bad, but that's okay.
Book it.
I think Sniper. There's no way. Alright, no, he's fine back.
Alright, that's still right though. I'm still right. That's all that matters.
You got it. You got it right. That's $100 in jeopardy right there for you. Oh, actually, they're dry fighting the second here. No off classes this time around. Sandblast is there to meet them on choke. Ooh, Slemnish and Loaf making so much bait. Uber coming out from Yuna. killing Slamination. Loaf gonna become the kill a little bit sooner or later. Oh my god, he's gonna get it. He gets a trade. Insane trade, actually. So trade for Loaf onto Dingo. Ubers are not in play anymore as there's a 5 versus 4. Oh, Anthony, no SSR this time again. 2K coming out of Logan and Moose. Ooh, another kill from Moose actually onto Darty, which is a great consolation prize there once again. Yuna with this ad. How would have died to... Actually, who would have died to? I didn't even notice. It was Darty.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure one of these scouts came in and finished him off right here. Loaf just playing right around the Rosie on second, finds Yuna. Will go down.
Wait, I said Darty. Was Darty on Sniper during that, or was he on Scout? I
pretty sure he was on Scout.
Oh, okay. It said crit, so if he got headshot or something, I'm not really sure. Someone in chat can tell us, but yeah, I mean, they got Yuna, so now even if Hubbard had died, he's gonna have an advantage once again. I mean, I don't know. Once the trolling stops, it's kind of hard to kind of reset. Sandblast put 2 with a trap. My god, that was an insane trap from Sandblast. However, Robotnik trying to get that early cap time. He's trying to go look for the arrow. Oh, they're gonna let him die, I think. He has banner. Whoa, he lives. He almost dies. Scratch, defending second by himself there, is able to deny the second cap. However, Darty looking for a flank onto mid once again. He does get called by Loaf, and Logan bombs him, so he's not going to do that ever again. But yeah, it looks like a stalemate happening now for the next minute or so, hopefully.
Robotnik's crossed over to 50% on the battalions. I mean, I'm a little disappointed he's not running buff finder at this point, to be honest here. But they're going to come in. Both soldiers up top, they scouted out them, and I didn't hit them. Dingo and Anthony do eventually both go down. They finally sniff out the Heaven Lurkers, and Paradise Lost here on second, as it looks like this may finally be the sweet release we've been waiting for.
Actually, it might not, because there's actually an exchange happening for both teams. Both soldiers are ending up respawning on this last hold. Moose not finding any value with his Uber. He is going to be able to get some cap counts eventually. Actually, Dingo with the counter, bombing him. Will he find the kill into Muso? He's 10 HP. It's a 1 rocket difference. He doesn't get it. Oh, 2 kills coming out of the side of Globalclan. It is a 4 versus 4. Both heals are up. There is a potential fight here, but it looks like we just game and decide, you know, we got to just make sure we hold second here. Not give up too much space and just live. I'm kind of just watching this match from the floor, honestly. It doesn't have me on the edge of my seat anymore, but yeah, great kind of Uber there from Yuna to salvage the point. Nonetheless, I mean, we have a match going, so let's see how Witness Game is able to pressure that.
It would be very funny if this was the first map out of 6 that makes it to infinite overtime. We're about...
Banner getting popped!
15. There, the battalion finally comes out! They're trying to get through on Launchpad. They're gonna find the gun and a kill onto Dingo. The bomb's coming in on Heavy. The Bandy Bite's there in time, but here comes the Oop. Counter pop coming out in time. Can they get the flash onto Sandblast? No, I don't think Yuna knew he was there, but Anthony now Ubered with 2 players in water. Darty on point. Means this is gonna be difficult to cap, not impossible, as Slem and Anthony trade out. Dingo coming in, finds Love, finds Havana! Pulls an SSR of his own, flanking into water, and with 35 seconds left, we may be making the overtime here.
I mean, in overtime, all they gotta do is win 5 rounds for Globalclan and win this map.
Only 4.
Only 4, yeah. I mean, it's been done. I mean, it's been done. So maybe Globalclan, if they want it enough, they can start locking in. I mean, I would just put Scratch on Sniper at this point and put Sandblast on Scout. That's what I would do. But nonetheless, they have advantage pushing into mid from Choke. Moose is dead, so there's not going to be that scout. Oh, actually, Darty looked trade there. I can only assume that was from Big Door. But
too, so he's got a lot of angles to work with here. Sandblast jumping in, trying to close that dip.
Oh, yes.
Sun's going to pick up a kill with the SMG. Sandblast able to get Havana, though. And now the Uber coming out. It's just a cleanup here on mid as the overtime kicks into effect. And maybe that's what Globalclan was waiting for. This is
exactly the tempo they needed. They made sure to make this match go to OT so they could beat Witness Gaming in the battle of attrition as they get through Choke against Witness Gaming. It looks like it's going to be a second fight for free, basically. Yeah, how about just meeting a team in lobby there? There's no players in River, no players behind to even fight this. I mean, I would be worried if I was Witness Gaming, because once you start trolling it, there's no recovery. I know from first-hand experience personally, so let's see if they can recover or they just completely die here during this match. Anti dying to Slamination low. Great start. They will use that pick to potentially set up a freeze on last, just to set up the hold and potentially defend against Golden Tuber as it comes into River. Uber coming in from Sandblast and Scratch. Scratch able to get a lot of cap time here, however, he doesn't get the flash. He doesn't get the flash from Yuna. Does get dropped. 3 players already down on the side of Globalclan as Witness Gaming Xiao is looking to take this fight once again back into their own hands. And it looks like Globalclan's just going to run away. I mean, so Dennis's call, actually, Slumnish is not going to let the medic get out there, and he killed both.
Trolling or not, he just... Wait, the back cap came through!
Wait, they capped! Oh, no! No! Alright, this is not good.
I saw the scoreboard come up, I'm like, did they call it? But no! No spy needed. Anthony coming in, able to get the back cap. Who's putting in chat? He's so fast.
Alright, place your bets again. 1 if he kills the medic, or 2 if he doesn't. Place your bets in chat on the Anthony cam for anyone watching the stream. I will think that Anthony will get his man in the end. I don't even see where he is, actually. He kills Logan. So anyone who voted on Logan got it right. He actually gets 2, he kills Moose as well. And Habana, he got 4. I mean, let's be honest, that's good enough. Ding, 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 ding. Everyone in chat won. Who put 1? I'm just going to say it. So 4 kills from Anthony on the mid. Loaf is the only player alive. I don't know where he is. I think he's just out.
He's hiding. He's hiding. He's hiding in Banana.
Oh, yep. He's hiding in Banana. I mean, it's against Darty and Yuna. He's going to play there for the test of time.
He's crouch walking so he doesn't make any footsteps.
That's
how that works, right?
Yeah, he doesn't want. He also wants to make sure no one sees it. Oh, he kills that blast. Wow, I mean, those footsteps he was making definitely was the difference maker there. He is going to be on mid here as his team tries to contest second. However, Witness Gaming has no room to do it. Logan Sniper. Oh, we're not done. We are not done trolling. All right, so Witness Gaming Sniper here. Logan not able to find any pick. Oh, yeah, I swapped. Okay, someone must have said something. Just put Slumnish on Sniper if anything, and that'll probably be okay.
Loaf is still the undercover agent is finally caught and executed for his crimes. As with the Uber ad here, that could actually be meaningful as they're looking to just take it right in through Shutter. Popped out onto Scratch. Gun's gonna go down quickly. Anthony finds Slam. Cap time coming through. He's that Robotnik able to stall things for now, but the number still heavily in favor of Globalclan starting to even out right now. But Anthony coming in. Gets the cap again. Was this the trap where Globalclan sandbagging the entire season to bait the troll in lower bracket final?
I think this is some mastermind gameplay, and I can only thank Anthony for creating this much chaos in the side of Witness Gaming Xiao's comms. I mean, this is a comment. If there's a strong comm issue here, it's right now. Someone has to tell them to lock in, coach style, to get them back in the game here. Place your bets. I'm not even going to say why, but the mid starts. And there's not much aggression early here. However, Dingo looked for the high bomb into the choke of Witness Gaming. Xiao does not get anything. Anthony on the medic. Will he get...
Yo, what gotcha is this, bro? These rates are insane. I gotta start
These rates are too good. These rates are too good. As we see, Yuna living with 14 HP. Ah, he actually gets caught by Slumnish. Slumnish is taking this game into his own hands. Legendary player. And it looks like Witness Gaming Xiao does win the mid. However, Dingo is alive. I think he died first immediately on mid. Logan is actually in lobby already trapping lobby for the potential push out of Globalclan. Remember, this is round 8 of this overtime map 2. So we have been here for over 30 minutes. I'm kind of curious how it's going to end, honestly. Yeah, Moose is glazing that glazing that Anthony guy. I mean, well deserved. This is tough, man.
I've had this, like, passive smile on my face for the past 20 minutes, it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, me too, honestly. And yeah, I mean, Ubers were even, both men died that mid, so it's just on Globalclan to kind of recover from this SSR pull that ended up being the wrong SSR that Anthony didn't even want. So yeah, we're gonna have to recover.
It was all focused. The Uber comes in! Oh, Uber gets so low, but die! Kratos at 99! The gun is still alive, though! The gun's gonna kill Havana! It finally goes down! And the glow stick crits onto Moose!
Slumnish in water! Gets the kill on the soldier!
Anthony's there! Gets
rockets!
One rocket on him, hits him low! Takes out the scout. Logan now in secret versus the world! Anthony finds the third. Power of friendship prevails yet again!
No, I'm gonna say this now that you said that. I'm gonna be real. I don't think anyone on this team has the power of friendship inside, but However, they do have teamwork somehow, so there is a bit of longevity in this match because of it. And as the match continues, ad for Yuna 50%, even though the catastrophic drop at 99 did happen off a crater. Ad is apparent here as Witness Gaming. I can only assume there's going to be a situation where Witness Gaming's combo runs behind to avoid that advantage. I mean, look where Hobbit is positioning. He's ready to run behind somewhere, but I mean, if Globalclan knows it, they're just going to take it anyways. So let's see how they kind of take it. They already have a pick on Robotnik into mid-fight here. Dingo get in the early spots, knowing that they're choked. They're just going to walk it into mid without using. Loaf's getting spot dropped down by Darty. Good eyes from Darty. And the mid-cap happens. No Uber ad taken again. But you know what? That's okay. We need to take some seconds to just relax, reset, and get ready for the next push.
I don't know if Globalclan wants that. I think they want to keep the path trolling mood so Witness Gaming never locks in like they were on the first map that they played tonight. Loaf trying to bust through choke, will manage to escape. Doesn't really gain any ground for his trouble though. Even Uber's right now. You like where you're at if you're Globalclan, but as things start to, calm down, get a little bit more serious, you have to wonder what's going to be the tipping point. Loaf getting caught out might be that. They find Robotnik next. Hubba still hasn't used. He's been milking this thus far, nor will he have to. So with the Moose going down as well, it is the 6v3. You've got to get the super here. Sandblast not on the same page as a team. Him and Dingo both going to go down. Dingo will get the force though.
Logan Bonkin does die to Anthony's rockets, however, Slem and Helveda are not able to take it anywhere, and this is exactly what I was calling, but the wrong direction. Darty and Co are going into the other team's second, meeting them at the choke. Anthony walks past them, Slem missions to kill. Do not contest that Helveda kill. Oh my god, great wrong coming out of Anthony. He's moving.
Anthony
fantastic.
On the 6th
Anthony hit the air shot. Please hit the air shot.
He's on Helveda next.
Oh, he gets it! The medic! The 7K from Anthony! He missed the initial time, but still hits the rockets that matter. I can only, dude, Anthony's sensitivity must be so fast. If he's able to hit flicks like that when players moving, I mean, insane play. Darty on Combo Scout's different, I think. He needs to play some more Combo Scout. Sandblast dying for Logan Stickies. That's just a consolation for Logan. Add an advantage for Yuna. This could be a tie game right now. We're on 4-3, and with advantage from Yuna and Scratch taking the charge, we will need to see how Globalclan is able to take this Uber into last to secure a round. I mean, honestly, I want to see a water play. I want to see their Uber go water, personally. They need to do something different than conventional, and this is the way I could believe it could happen.
Well, the Moose has the gun passive right now. If they're able to spot that, they could just do what Witness Gaming did to them back in the beginning of this map. Take the double scouts in through main. Get a lot of time in. You get a lot before a space bring up to use. But no, they're going to go right into Shutter. The Pyro from Sled not going to be able to protect the gun. Protects anyone from taking damage. The Scratch already getting a little bit of tap time. Going to be chased out by Robotnik though. Sandblast going to go down next. Anthony coming up from water. Does not find anything on that full. Darty going to go down next. Dingo will be the 5th to fall, and Yuna gonna try to escape, but gets caught in by the sticky, kites into drop down.
In a surf.
Choosing to kill
Can't
by
do it.
Never be brave, never surrender.
Now, listen, I said Uber into water. I mean, even if Scratch took a flash there and fought Robotnik with the Uber, I think it actually was the play, but from a different approach. Oh, no, I think they're back spotting, yes. Unlucky. Yuna died. Hoping to have a full advantage here. Let's end this match, guys. Use his advantage willingly here to take out the adversaries of Globalclan, just to make us look a little bit better here. Anthony's behind the choke. Did not find the medic. That was the time we were looking for. Don't even know where Anthony... Oh, Hobbity's actually in lobby already, so they were looking for the pinch and river the entire time from Wood. Anthony trying to stop point. Oh, he's gonna die.
He's gonna be able to, though. Keeps getting launched away.
Slim crit shot. Yep, Yuna at 50%. They're not going to be able to get the Uber here. Hubba using through Shutter. Moose already dying, so there's not a lack of scout here for the side of Hubba and Logan. However, Slam there to take the kind of end of that Uber. 4 versus 4. They're going to get the cap. They will. No. And that is the end of the match. 2-0 for Witness Gaming Xiao. I mean, that was quite cringe, but I mean, it's over now. So Witness Gaming now up 2 grand finals against Froyo.
That was beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you what is and isn't cringe. If you want to swap your med onto a spy for a harebrained back cap and invite lower bracket finals, then you should be empowered to. You know
what?
We didn't.
I agree.
Exile, we may not have gotten to cast the phenomenal game between Witness Gaming and Froyo Tech last night, but there's been close matches before. There will be close matches again. I'm not sure anyone's ever cast something like this.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen a cast play and watch a game like this. I mean, I can only remember one time, and I'm not really going to bring it up, but if Alto knows what I'm talking about, he knows.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that can compare though, because
Right.
there wasn't quite the comeback here. It didn't quite shake out the same way.
That's fair. Yeah, this definitely had an approach of trolling, but also potential winning, and then people started trying again, and then I mean, it ended the result we expected. But Global Clan showed their fight till the very end. They will be your third place finisher for the season of Invite here in this mini season. However, there is more TF2 to be played as Witness Gaming Xiao moves to grand finals against Furrytech as their second seeded team here, and I mean that's gonna be a good match. And I actually was there yesterday. I did cast yesterday with Jarrett. That match was long and it took a while, but it was a great match to watch. However, I don't really think we should look at the logs because the real story shows the off classes. Those are the important ones. Yeah, I mean, match is over. I have nothing else to say about really to that. So
It's not about the destination, it's about how you get there, and if that involves Hubba playing Spy twice, then I think that's a beautiful thing.
I think if he was able to get the back cap, I would have been more keen to be like, well played, but yeah, luckily he wasn't. And I want to see Logan on Sniper more. That's what I was trying to bank on, more Logan Sniper. You don't really get to see that with Logan because when he was on Scout before, he wasn't really allowed to snipe anyways, right? So no Sniper for him, unfortunately. But GG to the players playing in the match today. I have no shouts to give. However, Global Clan as an org, I've always respected and appreciated you guys as a player with you guys in the past. So shout out to Global Clan as an org.
Yeah, and I guess from my end, I think a lot of you may have seen Witness's TFTV post about Witness Gaming retiring. I'm not sure if that means this is the last season of a Witness Gaming team here in RGL, but if it is, I think the guys on Xiao have been doing an incredible job, and big shout out to Witness and everyone who's made that team such a recognizable name, one of the powerhouses of North American TF2, both Sixes and Highlander, because who knows the next time I may have a chance to cast Sixes. So big shout outs to all involved there. As you said, I don't think we're going to look too much at the logs. I don't think there's too much analysis to be done there.
I don't think so, but
Witness Gaming have proved they can win seriously, and they can win in the demented off-class meta that we were lucky to witness. They've locked their spot into the grand finals, as we've seen multiple times this season. They play Froyo to a dead heat, so the grand finals will be tomorrow, 10 p.m. You are not going to want to miss that. Not quite sure who we're going to have on cast, but you will be in phenomenal hands regardless. So for the RGL cast here tonight, I am Alto, Exile to my side, Dolphin behind the camera, as always. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night.